Welcome to the Skull King Football Podcast, presented by Fox DFS Firelines. Now, here are your hosts, Justin and Ryan Skullrood.
All right, Skull King Football. Welcome back to the Skull King Fantasy Football Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Skullrood, and today we have a very special episode. We actually have our very first player interview, as we have been digging into the NFL draft and talking with a lot of NCAA analysts about the players that they have seen. Today, we actually get to talk to one of the prospects who is looking to find a job in the NFL. So today, we are actually talking with a cornerback out of Henderson State University, Mr. Tiyun Avery. Tiyun, thanks for joining the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, too.
Not a problem. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. You are your official stats I've seen in a couple different spots. I've seen 5'9" and 5'10". Which one is it?
It's 5'9".
5'9", 180 to 185 pounds?
Yes, sir, 185.
All right, and I've seen a couple on your highlight. I've watched your highlight video on YouTube. It's very impressive. You at the end you have a couple of your stats listed. You ran a 4.49 40, a 10. Well, you had a 10-foot 2-inch broad jump, 35.5-inch vertical. Those are some pretty good stats. Just to as a comparison, I don't know if you actually know this or compared your those stats to anything in the combine. But that 40 time puts you just outside the top 15 for all cornerbacks. Your vertical puts you in the top 10 of all the cornerbacks that were invited to the combine. And your broad jump puts you in the top 15 of all the corners at the combine. You've got some pretty impressive explosiveness there.
Yes, sir, I do. And I just try to work each and every day on them, too, to get better on my game.
All right, let's just get a little bit of background for you. How old were you when you actually started playing football?
I started at a young age, around about, I want to say 6, 5, and I started as a Pee-wee league.
Okay.
And I just been playing ever since then, and I fell in love with the game.
Did you play any other sports growing up?
Yes, sir. I played basketball and I ran track.
Okay, so that's where a lot of that speed's helping out with in football. It's all that running track.
Yes. Yeah, I did 110 hurdles.
Okay.
And, I did 4x100.
All righty. What was it? Was there anything specific that made you choose football over anything else, or was it just you simply fell in love with it and you knew that was what you were going to do?
Yes, sir. No, my older brother, he played football, and growing up, we were just competing a lot. So I fell in love with that. Off that.
Okay. And
a lot of my friends, we played too. So I fell in love with the game then.
Okay. Was there a specific team that you absolutely loved watching growing up? I mean, for me, I'm from the Seattle area. I always grew up watching the Seahawks. What was your team growing up?
I'm from Georgia, so I would say the Atlanta Falcons, and they were Deion Sanders, it was in his prime or whatever. So that was my favorite team.
Okay. I've seen on your bio that Richard Sherman is your favorite player. What is it about Richard Sherman's game that you just absolutely love?
Richard Sherman, he's a baller, and he's pretty smart on the field. And I like how he be talking and stuff. I be adding it to my game, and I just like the way he plays with confidence and swagger.
Yeah, Sherman definitely does not have any lack of swagger in his game, and there there are some people that hate it, some people that love it. As a Seahawks fan, I love seeing a guy who can not only talk the talk but back it up and just be an absolute baller on the field. Now, do you try to model like your actual gameplay after how he plays as well?
No, sir. I don't model it. I just like to watch him.
Okay.
Like I try to model it as my own individual.
Okay.
I try to do my own thing. I just love watching them do.
So there isn't maybe a corner that you try to watch maybe specifically on how they play against a receiver or something like that. Is there a guy that you do try to model anything, or are you just trying to play your game and do what you can do to make the play?
Yes, sir. I really do both there. Like a comparison of cornerback, I would say Tim Jennings on the Bears.
Okay.
Because he's 7'8", he's 9'9", 5'8", I think. He's around my height. So, and I just see like how he play against like the bigger receivers.
Okay.
And I like to see his versatility.
All right. All right. I'm going to get into a little bit of your game tape. I honestly watching your game tape, your highlight film from Huddle. It's on YouTube. I love your instincts, your ability to not only have an idea of exactly where the wide receiver is when you're playing, but also to be able to keep your eye on the quarterback to know when you need to break off of covering a guy, to say, go after a running back. I love your vision on the field. Is that something that's just kind of come naturally to you, or something that has been taught to you that you've had to work on over the years?
Yes, sir. It's a lot of things like coming apart, like watching film, and like my instincts just take over or whatever.
Okay. If you had to pick, would you rather play man on man, or would you rather play a zone defense?
If I had to choose, I'd rather play man, and just to show people like I can lock up the best receivers.
Yeah, I like that. Just make sure you've got your assignment. You take care of what you need to do. I love it.
Yes, sir.
Another thing I've noticed is you're 5'9", but I've noticed on your game tape, even going against wide receivers who are bigger than you don't let your, I guess you could say, height disadvantage really keep you down. You do a good job of using your body to position yourself against a wide receiver. I've seen a few on your highlight film. There's a few different times where you're going up against a bigger wide receiver, but you have the position on the ball and not the wide receiver. I think that really, that's really impressive for a guy who's a little bit shorter compared to some DBs, and especially going a bit against wide receivers who are bigger than you. Is that is that just an instinct that's come to you, or is that something that you've kind of learned through game tape and through coaches teaching you?
Yeah, through game tape and just like a willingness to want to do it, cause they be it'd be a lot of people criticizing shorty corners, and now every game I just want to go out there and just prove to everybody I'm 5'9", I can play with the big dogs.
Yeah, I've got a couple guys here that I want you to, or I wanted to bring up to you. One of them, there's who's a cornerback for the Giants right now. He's 28 years old. He is 5'10", 198 pounds. So he weighs just a couple pounds more than you. 5'10", but he's a cornerback for the Giants. Janoris Jenkins. You know what college he went to?
He went to North Alabama.
Yes, he did. He was a D2 guy, just like you. Here's another one. Here's another one for you that I think is kind of interesting. He's this other guy, 40-yard dash was a 4.62, which you were faster. His vertical jump was a 33.5 inch, so a couple inches shorter than you, and his broad jump is 9 feet 10 inches. And yet he was a Super Bowl. I guess you could say MVP. Well, he should have been an MVP for the movie he made. Mr. Malcolm Butler, who's now who's an absolute star, went to West Alabama. So I've been looking at some of his game tape, looking at some of yours. I just, again, as a football guy and a guy who has always considered myself a little bit of an underdog, I don't know how much you keep those guys in front of you. I just think I think it's an interesting comparison to see your game tape, to see kind of your measurables and how they rank to some guys who are in the NFL and doing a pretty dang good job in the NFL right now.
Yes, sir.
So
and
go ahead.
Yeah, I like to watch Malcolm Butler too. Like coming from like ground zero and up, and like he made plays. You know what I'm saying? And I like multiple game too, like with him.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see where you end up. Whether I know sometimes it can be hard for a D2 guy to get drafted. Malcolm Butler was undrafted. But a team was able to, a team in the New England gave him a shot, and I honestly look forward to seeing what team gives you that shot, Tiyun. I really am looking forward to seeing where you end up in the NFL.
Yes, sir. Me too. I'm very excited to see too.
Well, who knows? Maybe my Seahawks will give you a shot, and you'll get to play alongside Sherman, maybe.
Yeah, I hope so too. God is willing.
All right. Again, this has been my conversation with Tiyun Avery, cornerback out of Henderson State University. Tiyun, if there's just kind of one more thing that you could kind of promote about yourself, or just kind of say about yourself as you are getting ready for the draft, and as teams are looking for the players of the future. Is there maybe just kind of one last statement that you could make about yourself?
Yes, sir. I just want to tell everybody, like, I'm a hard worker. I'm dedicated. I'm hungry. And, like, I just want to be great value to a team. And, like, whatever they want me to do, I do it. If it's special team, anything, I'm ready for it. All
righty. Again, Tiyun, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate this, and again, I really look forward to seeing where you end up in the NFL.
Yes, sir, and thank you too.
Not a problem. Hey, Skull King Nation, thank you for listening to the Skull King Football Podcast. Did you like this episode? If so, be sure to go to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube to subscribe. Also, please leave us a rating and reviews to let us know how we can better help you rule your leagues.